What's good? What's good? It's your boy Fanon. What's good on? What's going on, you good people this morning? I have no idea why I heard a commercial to begin my own live stream, but that's what's up. I'll take it. So wait for some people to come on in. Hope you guys are well. Okay, cool. Got 4 people in. It doesn't show any of the comments yet, so I can't say what's up to you right quick yet. I guess let me restart this and see if it helps then. Yeah, man. So, why is Eddie Hearn continuing to talk about Deontay Wilder? Can he please move on? I'm trying to move on. I'd love it if he moved on. What's good, Lawrence RBE? How you feeling this morning, man? Oh man, I am about to roll out to Texas this morning on my first of 2 trips to Austin, Texas, where I will be moving. So we're gonna do this live stream today. Drop a couple videos. Support the truth always. What's good, man? How you feeling, man? I am good, man. What's good with you? So let's just wait for a few more people to get in, then we can start the conversation. How are you? Hey, Lawrence RBE, man. How's life treating you? Hope you're healthy, wealthy, and wise. All that good stuff. All that good stuff. Deontay Watkins in the house. What's good, man? I'm chilling, man. Just getting my head around moving. This is gonna be fun, man. Interesting story. I told one of the dudes that I contract with, or actually a guy that I contract with to work with for to work with 2 different companies. I told him that I was getting ready to move to Austin. And man, dude was like, great. I got an bunch of work for you to do in Austin. I was like, I should have just said what I should have told him. Because now it's like, give somebody a rope, they want to be a cowboy, Now all of a sudden, dog, I'm gonna have to be doing public appearances and stuff. And I hate public appearances. What's going on, Smack? DD Lift 33. I appreciate that, man. And everything's good over here, man. I have a wonderful, wonderful day. Wonderful day. Hey, the guy that said who thumbs me down. What's your name? I bet your name is. I can't remember your name, man. I forgot it already, man. Cash is Cash King. What's good, Cash King? I know you over there thumbing my videos down, man. Because you got your Cash King name blocked for like the 4th time. Dog, once you get blocked, man, stop coming back. Okay? I don't want to argue with you, homie. You think I'm dumb. I got you. I'm dumb. I fess up. I'm dumb. Now, can you leave me alone? Good. What's good, man? Gregory Wyatt. Greetings, brothers and sisters. Troll Hunter reporting to duty. I think I might let all the trolls off the leash later this week, man. What's going on, Kesha Alexander? Beverly Rose and Beverly Rose Boxing and Entertainment. What is good? I will probably be listening to your live stream later on today as I drive. I saw that you did a couple yesterday. At least did one yesterday and one video yesterday. Elias Navarro, what's good, man? Kesha Alexander, he's using Wilder's name to promote Joshua now. Yeah, it seems that way, man. It seems that way. Ali Voso in the house, what's good? Yeah, it definitely seems like that. Because it's like these are like to the UK. He keeps talking about it to the UK. I'm like, he turned down the fight? Does this dude not have the right to turn down a fight and say he doesn't want to fight somebody? Even if he said he don't want to fight him, which isn't what he said. But even if he says, hey, look, I don't think that's a fair deal, man. I don't want to fight. I'm going to go on about my business, see if I can do my own thing. What's wrong with that? He's being honest. He's saying I'm not accepting that deal. He's not playing around with it, going back and forth 100 times. He's being honest about it, which is something I think he tends to do. Beverly Rose said, I'm half asleep. Lawrence RB, Fanon, I'm good. I used to live in Detroit. Then I moved to Dallas. Best decision I ever made in my life. I think Eddie is clout chasing. Yeah, God, dog, man. Like, you keep talking. He came out with some article I didn't read today. Yeah, I just saw the headline saying, I saw the Barry Hearn. I got a video coming out about the Barry Hearn one. Barry Hearn's one was, to me, was comical. Like, are you serious? Yeah, you got to be kidding me. Did you hear the line that he tried to sell? I just go into a little bit of it because, like I said, when this is over, I'll drop the video I did last night. I did like 3 videos yesterday, so I was like, I just dropped this one in the morning before I drive out. But he said to Deontay, he said, Deontay Wilder, every fight that you take, you're losing $10 million. And I was like, what? Are you serious? He said, well, you have to understand this fight is $15 million. So you have to ask yourself, first of all, no, I don't have to ask myself. What's going on, Deion Williams? First of all, no, I don't have to ask myself whether I want to beat Deontay Wilder or not. I mean, whether I think I could beat Anthony Joshua or not. I already know I can. I believe I can. Why do I have to ask myself that? I don't have to ask myself that. But nice little beginning con move. And then he said, way to endear yourself to me. Or whoever you're talking to, because really he's just trying to frame a thought. He's framing a path of thought for somebody. This dude is a classic con man. I'm telling you, dude's a classic con man. But the thing that he said was, if you don't take this $15 million and you're just making a few $1 million a fight, you got to say yourself that you're missing out on $10 million every time you fight. And I'm like, no, you don't, because that fight, $15 million thing is for April. That's 9 months away. If he fights between now and then, how is he losing any money? He would be losing money if he waited till April to fight. That's just logic. That's just logical, Womack Dark. I don't even know what you're going to say, but dog, stop. Okay? If he fights in April, if he fights in November, and makes $3 million, that is not losing $10 million. That's making $3 million, especially since the bout that they're talking about isn't even until April. So, hey, man, I know you ain't argue about it, but don't, please, not this morning. I'm in a good mood, Womack Dark. You might get blocked just on sight, okay? Because I want to have a good conversation with people about boxing, and it's, please don't start. Just stick to the side subjects. Please stay off of Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Anyway, oops, you smacked who on accident? Oh, you smacked. Oh, Womack Dark. Oh, it was an accident. And the LWC aren't obsessed with AJ and Eddie Hearn, dude. First of all, yeah, you should have got slapped. That ain't no accident. You deserved a good one. Look, man. We are boxing. I am in boxing news. Okay? I'm in boxing news. That's what we talk about. We talk about boxing news. I do videos about everybody, man. And I do videos about what comes out in the news. If it's in the news, I'll talk about it. I'm not making the news. I talk about the news. Okay? I'm telling you, you know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. Why are they talking about him? They went for weeks without saying a word about Alexander Povetkin. I wasn't talking about Alexander Povetkin till they said something about Alexander Povetkin. Dude, Eddie Hearn is in the news talking every day. Somebody makes a video about what he said. Nobody made him say what he said. That's how the news works. Somebody says something, then somebody reports and talks and comments on it. I give my opinion about the boxing news. So when there's boxing news that comes out, I talk about it, especially if it comes to especially if it comes to the unification of the heavyweight division. But at this point in time, we're not talking about the unification of the heavyweight division, because Deontay Wilder said, no, thank you. I'm going to go on about my business. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Now the news is they keep talking. So why do they keep talking about it? I'm uninterested to know. They keep talking about it. Barry Hearn went and talked about what Deontay Wilder needs to think. And my wonder is, are they talking about it because people keep asking them about it? Is that what it is? They keep being, if they're just talking about what they're being asked, which is highly possible, they could be, the way that they give interviews, people ask them questions. So maybe that's the top. Wilder is not a household name. Is Anthony Joshua? He's his household name as Anthony Joshua is. Hearn uses Wilder's name like someone used the popular homeboy name to get next to a chick. Wilder's not a household name. Neither is Anthony Joshua. If Deontay Wilder's not a household name, neither is Anthony Joshua. Because there ain't nobody that knows Anthony Joshua that don't know Deontay Wilder, man. I mean, you'd have to be on the moon. You'd have to live on the moon. It's not even possible. If you haven't heard of Deontay Wilder, chances are you've not heard of Anthony Joshua. And if you've heard of Anthony Joshua, it's hard pressed that you haven't heard of Deontay Wilder. Because if you're a fan of Anthony Joshua and you know what his next fight is, every article that you're reading about him has Deontay Wilder's name in it. No one outside of boxing has even heard of Wilder. I don't think that's how many people outside of boxing have known Anthony Joshua. I'm not sure what your point is. Terrible job of promoting Wilder. Wilder's getting a lot of promotion. He's on the cover. He's on every boxing conversation, man. Dog Gravis, you're on something today, man. I don't believe that. Why would you fire? How's he going to fire himself? You know who he is, don't you? I talk to people about boxing all the time, man. Then Anthony Joshua needs to fire Eddie Hearn then. Because everybody that knows about Anthony Joshua knows about Deontay Wilder. Casual fans too. And that's probably why, and that's another, they spend a lot of money on that. But it is what it is. We know who Deontay Wilder is. If anybody out here doesn't know who Deontay Wilder is, let me know if you don't know who Deontay Wilder is. That's a line that keeps being spread, man. People know who Deontay Wilder is. It's just, hey, man, that's on boxing. That's on boxing. And things like this have a lot to do with it. RBE, Fanon, any truth to Wilder versus Ortiz being pay-per-view? I don't know. I don't know. I know that there's a mystery pay-per-view coming up, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that. They're going to leave Anthony Joshua alone, man. I'm telling you, they're going to leave Anthony Joshua alone and let him go on about his business, which is what he needs to do. In the States, I mean, that's what it's time to do. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. That makes sense. I mean, Showtime's going to have to put some type of pay-per-view thing together because they're going to have an upside to the income that people can earn on their channel because they're competing with a bunch of people who are throwing money at fighters. But if they've got a pay-per-view mechanism and they've got a card that's really stacked, they actually have the ability to be able to put on a pay-per-view card that somebody would buy, that avid boxing fans would buy, and I would probably buy them, and I would buy them if they have a stacked card. And that's one thing that Showtime has. Showtime has stacked cards. They've been having stacked cards for the last year. I mean, if you put a big major fight on on the top of that that 54-pound tournament, that's a pay-per-view worthy card. And but by pay-per-view, I mean like it's pay-per-view in that, damn, there's a lot of good fights from the beginning of the evening to the end of the evening. That's worth paying for. What's going on, man? KQKC Boxing. That's worth paying for. Now, a lot of people talk about pay-per-view as if, it's something where, oh man, I'll buy it because it's a big event. Like there's one big fighter on it, and I want to pay all this money to see one big fighter. If you offer several good fights, that could work. It'll work for me. If I know I'm going to see like a bunch, if I'm going to see 3 good fights, I'm willing to do that. I'll be willing to pay for it. If I'm willing to see 3 good fights, I don't care who's fighting. What's good, Reef? I don't really care who's fighting if I only get to see one fight that I know somebody's and I know who's going to win. That I don't think that's not what I'm willing to pay for. But if you give me, say, if you did this type of card, this is the type of card I would do, a pay-per-view I would do. If you had Deontay Wilder, if you had Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz headlining it, then you had like Jermall Charlo and Billy Joe Saunders, right? Jermall Charlo and Billy Joe Saunders and Gervonta Davis versus Miguel Burchelt. If you did those three, if you had those three, I'd pay for that. Parrish Neely said, as long as he does 300,000 pay-per-views, he's good. Probably closer to 75,000 pay-per-views. It's worth the money for them probably if he does 75,000 pay-per-views. You really don't need that. Your break-even point for HBO's pay-per-views is like 75,000. Yeah. That's the break-even point on that to make the money. Womack Dark, that's why I'm asking the question. I know he shouldn't. If he's asked about the Wilder situation, should he refuse to comment on it? No, he should answer the question. That's my thing. That's the question. Why does Hearn keep talking about Wilder? I'm wondering that. Is it a situation where people are continually asking him questions? And if people are asking him questions, then he needs to answer the question. But if people keep asking him the question, that tells you what Deontay Wilder's worth is, because they have to keep fending questions about it. And if they keep being asked about it, that tells you that Wilder's in a good situation with them, because eventually they're going to have to keep asking it and keep asking it. Right? And they're going to have to keep answering it and keep coming up with stuff. And if Deontay Wilder says, look, I want the fight, but they're going to have to offer me fair money. That's not fair money. When you guys come to the table with an offer that I like, not a bare bones, this is the best I can get. You know, maybe if I take this, then the next fight will be better. You know, I can get what I deserve if I win. You know, no, I'm not going to deal with that. And I don't want to do it. So leave me alone. Right? If that's the case, then the pressure's just going to keep building on them, because it's not going to go away. That's the fight people want to see. If that's the reason they're talking about it. If they're talking about it, if it's the other reason, if they're bringing it up themselves and they just want to keep talking about it, which I don't think is likely, then they're just trying to, you know, then they're probably just trying to build the Povetkin fight, which is a trash fight in comparison. You can't polish that turd. He's fighting a damn near 48-year-old guy with 3 drug suspensions. I mean, that lost to Klitschko a decade ago. I mean, you know what I mean? TJ Wilkins, man, much love in the super chat. What's good, man? I mean, well, like, that's a reasonable question, though. I don't mind that question. Of course they keep asking questions because they're wondering why he won't sign a contract. The fuck out of here, Womack Dark. No. They want to know when the fight is coming. Nobody asking that question because, well, why didn't they sign the contract? No. What they're saying is, when's the fight going to happen? This is boxing, man. This is boxing. Then nobody asking about when the contract is going to be signed. That's them. That's their excuse, saying, oh, well, they have a contract in front of them. All he needs to do is sign it. Oh, and then why would they be asking him why he won't sign the contract? They be asking Deontay Wilder that question. When are you going to sign the contract? But people aren't asking Deontay Wilder when they're going to sign the contract. People are asking Deontay Wilder, when are you going to fight next? Because we already know this dude ducked him. You can't change that around, man, with a nice little, you know, marketing line. People's memories are short, but they don't forget a $50 million offer, man. And they're not forgetting who is the one that has always acted like they wanted to fight, man. Anthony Joshua offered him for something for next year. Even somebody would tell you, quit your job now, for you in a year. Nobody believe in that, man. And here's the thing, man, stop it, because nobody's believing it. Okay, it's time to set that down. No, not anybody that is not already firmly ensconced inside of the anus of Anthony Joshua is believing that. And Deontay Wilder does not look nor act scared or evasive. That doesn't seem to be his personality outside the ring, and it doesn't seem to be his personality inside the ring. He's not somebody that's scared, man. He just got done beating Luis Ortiz. Why would he be? Why would he not? He wants to be paid fairly, and people can see that. He wants what he believes he's worth for that fight. And even then, he was willing to take something he thought that he was worth that wasn't enough, that wasn't a fair offer. And then you guys popped up with a WBA bullshit. You got to sign up. You got to sign this up in 24 hours. And then it took them 3 weeks to announce the fight. Look, man, people aren't stupid, man. Just, they're not stupid, okay? Or if and I'll put it this way, if Anthony Joshua was telling the truth, he did a really shitty job of telling the truth, because he said it in a way where nobody in their right mind would believe it. Deontay Wilder does not have to fight Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua does not have to fight Deontay Wilder. But Anthony Joshua was the one on record saying that he didn't want to hype the fight. He wouldn't let Deontay Wilder in the ring. He wouldn't let him, he said he wouldn't let him in the ring to face off after the Joseph Parker fight because he didn't want to hype the fight. Then he said if he keeps yapping, maybe we'll freeze him out. Then he lowballs him. Then he turns down a $50 million contract. And then right when he says Deontay Wilder's willing to take it, miraculously, the WBA swoops in with a 24-hour order. Man, nobody's buying that, man. There's not that much coincidence in the world. There's not that much coincidence in the world. And Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, it can do whatever he wants. If that means he doesn't want to deal with Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua, so be it, man. Go ahead and keep earning your $2-3 million. Keep doing it, man. You never know what'll happen, man. You never know what'll happen. Somebody can knock Anthony Joshua's ass flat on his ass. And then you can get the winner. You never know what's going to happen, man. But if you just allow yourself to be exploited by somebody you don't trust, if it don't feel right, don't do it. And it doesn't feel right to him, so he shouldn't do it. And it ain't. And people are asking, "What's going on, man?" My man Akabin, he said, if they keep talking, I would say they're trying to keep AJ in the other than UK news. That was the point from the start, in my opinion. That's fair too. That's a reasonable. Yeah, that's a reasonable. Yeah. St. Cruz said no flat fee. That's bullshit. It is. Why would he even promote the fight? You give him a flat fee, but you want him to go to promotional outfit. You want him to promote it. You're gonna want him to show up and do a speaking tour and do all that, like. You want me to work so to make sure that Anthony Joshua earns more money? No. And how about no? How about just no? Seriously, man, the dude Anthony Joshua's lost it all, man. As far as his goodwill in the United States, it's trash. It's trash. He cost himself a lot of money listening to Eddie and Barry Hearn. But Eddie Hearn and Barry Hearn didn't lose anything, just Anthony Joshua. And when you come with a corny ass line like, what's going on, World Breaker Fighting? When you come up with a corny line like, why would you roll the dice and negotiate over just a few more $1 million? Did you hear what that dude said? He said, why should you roll the dice? Barry Hearn said this. Why should you roll the dice and just ask for over a few $1 million? A few $1 million? You only said this. You with a straight face telling this dude, why would you just try to negotiate just for a few extra $1 million? Dog, $1 million is a lot of money, man. He just said a few million. He keeps saying a few $1 million like it's just, it's just a few $1 million. It's nothing big. That's just pocket change. A few $1 million is not pocket change for Barry Hearn. Okay? That's not pocket change. That's a lot of money he's leaving on the table. And you're trying to convince him he's leaving it on the table. Womack Dark, man, I can never read your comments, man, because Womack Dark, it is pointless to try to debate here because I keep being put on timeout and will eventually be blindsided. They're blocking you because you're ball hogging because you keep talking about the same subject and saying the same things, man. But I did read it. It's not pointless. They blocked it. I opened it and I read it. And they're not going to block you, dude. If they would block you, you'd got blocked yesterday. But stop, man. You're just get out of here. I mean, not get out of here literally, but stop, man. Stop with that nonsense, man. That's just it's nonsense. UK cheap ass promoters. Yeah. Gravis, after all this debate, when they actually get in the ring, it better be a classic or F them both. Hey, dude, with Deontay Wilder, you're damn near guaranteed a classic, man. That's the thing, too. God dog, man. I would much rather see Deontay Wilder fight than Anthony Joshua fight. All that windmill stuff. God dog, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, all that windmill stuff people talk about. Man, his fights are exciting. Every single solitary one of them are exciting. Every one of them. And he's the one that's looking better in the last several fights. He just need to keep, if he keeps doing what he's doing and Anthony Joshua keeps going the distance, just that itself is going to switch that up. Oh, you get out of here, man. I don't even know who you are, but you're getting out of here for that name, dude. Respect the champ, boy. Now, go tell somebody I kicked you out. Everybody threw you out. Same time. You got double thrown out. Woo! How'd that wrench feel? Oh, Game of Thrones chat. When's it coming? I have no idea, man. I'm moving. It might not happen until next month, man. I'm moving, dude. I got a hard time. I'm having a hard time talking about boxing right now. Let me see. PED is not exciting. Neither is the comedy. They're park. No, they're boring fights, man. They're boring fights, and you cats gonna wait till this dude flops. That's what's gonna have to happen. You gonna wait till this dude flops, man. And you don't think he can flop. That's the funny thing. Some of y'all don't think Anthony Joshua can flop in the UK. He can flop in the UK, homie. He can flop. Now, they're not going to let you know he flopped, but he can flop. Shoot, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Pay-per-views flopped against Andre Berto. I will help you get started. Let me know when I'm in. That's cool. I got to figure out how I want to do the Game of Thrones stuff. That's like a series I want to do. So I got to think about that, man. I'll let you know, man. It's because when I did it with my man, Junior the Truth, it was kind of funny. It was just kind of like, I didn't really know how to go about it. It was just like a freestyling conversation. I don't know how to go about that, but I have to think about it. That's why it's taking me so long to do it. But we all know it's boring. Yeah, pretty much. You know, his fights have always been not boring, man. It's like if he knocks somebody out with like the last 3 punches and he gets a knockout, I guess from what the White fight was okay. Maybe that's why they really want the White fight, because they'll be exciting. Because White will bring a lot of excitement to it. Who do you think kills Cersei? Probably old girl. She's on her list, so I would suspect oh no, I'm sorry, probably your brother. Jamie. That's who I'd guess. Probably Jamie's who I'd guess would kill her. If not Arya. But probably Jamie, because it was in a prophecy who's the little brother will kill you. The Valonqar will kill you. Gravis, Povetkin is more dangerous in Brazil. Why you say that? That's not what I don't think so. I don't think he's more dangerous in Brazil. Is he clean? He looks like shit when he ain't on dope. He's a dope head. Come on, man. Even Tony Bellew said that, man. He's like, I heard people say that when he's on dope, he's a monster. But when he's clean, he's nothing like the same guy. He's a dope fiend. That's the thing. He got popped dirty. It's not like I don't think it's not cool because he's going to come in dirty. I think he's going to come in clean. So since he's coming in clean, he's not the same fighter he was when he was on dope. So it's not even the same Alexander Povetkin. He's not the doped up Alexander Povetkin. This is going to be the clean. This is going to be the clean, should be a cruiserweight Alexander Povetkin. He's not more, what do you mean more dangerous? I mean, shit, he ain't more dangerous, and I don't even care. He ain't as dangerous as Deontay Wilder. Alexander Povetkin is a dope cheat. And if he does, and Tony Bellew said it, if he winds up, if he's not on dope, he's not the same fighter. So now you're dealing with a guy that doesn't have knockout power. You got to do, Alexander Povetkin's a fraud. He's not his career is a fraud. Holler at you, man. Womack Dark, see you, man. Hey, come back, man. It's a good conversation when you're not talking about Anthony Joshua, man. Seriously, man. That shit's getting, You can't, if you come up here, that's just being ridiculous, man. You want, and I'm not sure what you want. You want somebody to sit and agree with you over that, with that? Why would somebody agree with you on that or want to continue to go with you on it? And the people that are in the modifications are seriously, they're watching the chat, which is like, look, man, this dude is taking this conversation somewhere it shouldn't be. That's a dead thing. Woolbag, Miss Melisandre told Arya that she would have several eyes in the future: brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes. Cersei has green eyes. Yeah, but actually, old girl's supposed to have red eyes. She has blue eyes on the thing. I don't know, man. She killed a lot of people. She killed a whole room full of those Freys. I doubt very much that she ain't killed somebody with blue eyes, green eyes. She probably killed enough. I don't know, though. But who would have the green eyes? You know, I don't think Cersei has green eyes. I think Cersei has blue eyes. Pretty sure her eyes are blue. Arya hasn't killed anyone else with green eyes to my knowledge. I don't think she has. I thought Cersei had blue eyes, but it is what it is, maybe. Womack Dark sounds like a troll mail. He just keeps going with it. Aha. St. Cruz said his billionaire will have Povetkin on exotic juice, $7K a shot, beats Vada. I wouldn't doubt it. Hey, man, those guys I just wanted to know why he kept bringing it up and what you thought. I'm not trying to go back into the past and talk about, well, you know, nobody knows Wilder. Man, that's garbage, man. And Gravis, you know, I like you, dude, but no, it's garbage, man. People know who Deontay Wilder is. Deontay Wilder has 1 million people watch every one of his fights. And this is kind of upsetting, man. Like, Joshua beat Brazil without a sweat. It's too easy. Why? Why? Deontay Wilder doesn't have any choice but to fight Dominic Brazil. This is mandatory. It's not up to him. It's not up to him. If he has to fight a mandatory, he's got to fight a mandatory. That's what it is. I don't want to see the fight, but it ain't up to him. When somebody has a mandatory that they beat, you can't hold that. They have no choice in the matter. The WBC made him his mandatory. Oh, yeah, got you. Hold on one second, because I like my man. Boxing Clinic and more. Yeah, man, subscribe. Okay, cool. Yeah, exactly. That one, yeah. I got you. I remember that, but I got that again. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, that is the thing. He's been popped at least 3 times. And if you get in there without the dope, he's not the same dude. So you don't know what's going to happen. They might pay, you know, who knows? I don't buy it, though, man. The dude's a fraud. Anthony Joshua's he's just a fraud. God, dog, do I got to just be like, dude's a fraud? Like, dude's a fraud. Okay? The dude is a fraud, man. What's going on, Trey X? Dude's a fraud. He walks like a fraud. He talks like a fraud. He's out there doing commercials like a fraud. The dude comes off like a fraud. He don't come off real. That dude ain't real. Anthony Joshua's not real. There ain't anything real about the dude. And this fight is some crap. The fight is some crap. But have at it and have at the next one too. Because that's the fraud, man. I miss the damn Klitschko's, man. Fanon, you sound like Travis Gotti RN. I don't know who Travis Gotti is. Who's Travis Gotti? Dude's a fraud, dog. I mean, that's all I can say. Dude's a fraud. Oh, yes, that dude must be a fraud, huh? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the guy with the channel. I haven't really watched his video. He says some stuff that I listened to one and I was like, what? I don't know, man. I think some cats just try to come up with arguments. They try to take, he from Fraudsville, UK, man. Hey, dude's just a fraud, man. And I can I've seen a lot of frauds, man. They're frauds, okay? He's like Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow, fraud, okay? Tim Tebow's a fraud, all right? I don't care if he got the Heisman Trophy. He's a fraud, okay? He's a fraud. He's a closet sweetie pie, and he's a fraud, Okay, he can talk about how he loves the Lord and all that. I'm sure he does. But he's a fraud. Auto-tune rappers, they're frauds. Okay, they're frauds. Mumble rappers, they're frauds. You're a fraud. With some freaking auto-tune on top of it, man. You're a fraud. Okay, you ain't the real deal. Leave me alone. I don't care how many little kids. I don't care how many little kids in China buy your records. You're a fraud. Okay, Backstreet Boys, you're a fraud. Ugh. Akey Smith, what's good, man? Exact. AJ's an iPod DJ. Yeah, you're a fraud. You're pressing all them damn buttons, but get the fuck up out of here. You're a fraud. What's good? Slip the jab in the house. What's good, man? Razor Ruddock fraud like he's so overrated. Razor Ruddock wasn't Razor Ruddock wasn't exactly a fraud. Razor Ruddock, I never thought Razor Ruddock was all that, but Razor Ruddock could fight. Razor Ruddock gave Anthony, but he does look like Razor Ruddock. That's about the level fighter is. Exactly. Yeah, he's Razor Ruddock. That's like Razor Ruddock. Dude's a fraud. Dude's a fraud, man. Nobody buying that dude. He would have fought if he wasn't a fraud, man. Hey, Gravis, guess what, man? Goodbye. Yeah, you got hidden. Gravis, look, man, this is what happens when people agree on things. Okay? When people agree on things, they say, hey, you know what? Hey, what you want to talk about next? And you have a good, pleasant conversation. People tend to gravitate towards people that they have the same worldview as because it makes conversations fun. Do you want me to have a chat full of people from the UK that are just going to sit up here and say, oh, you know, Anthony Joshua is this and Anthony Joshua that? No, take your ass over there to them and go enjoy them. I'm sure there's a crowd over there that will be right there with you. Yay for you. You know, but the problem with them is they're not going to have any other subjects that you agree with them on. I understand what it is. See, you'll ride with cats on this issue. But any large group of people that agree with you on this subject, 95% of the other things that they're talking about, you're going to disagree with. Because they're prone to believe bullshit. It just so happens that you only believe one bit of bullshit that I know of, which is this. Sorry, man. That's just how the world works, man. Salute to the Wrench Gang, by the way. And yeah, man, come on. Maybe it's you. Think about that. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's not them. Maybe it's not just me. If everybody's talking to you like that, maybe it's you. You know what I mean? I'm sure I could say something that people would disagree with. Hey, man, I think Canelo Alvarez is pound for pound number 2. All right. I think Canelo Alvarez is the number 2 pound for pound fighter in the world. Who agrees with me? And I'm telling you the truth. I think Canelo Alvarez should be number 2 pound for pound. Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, Vasyl Lomachenko. That's my top 3 pound for pound. Anybody agree with me on that? I'm telling you what, 90% of the people that come to my channel don't agree with me on Canelo Alvarez. But it's just how it is, dog. Oh, D Note said, yeah, dog. Oh, I must be behind. Junior Truth said, not Tim Tebow. Yeah, Tim Tebow. Nope. Una Rammer said, nope, disagree. Somebody agrees. He's no less than top 4. Black Ham TV. Okay, all right. Womack Dark and the Gravis at Tavern yelling, 180. I do agree. That's what's up. All right, I thought more people would disagree with me on that one. Respectfully disagree. Racy won. If he beats GGG, agree. Canelo ain't number 2, nothing. Tanaris Robinson, Canelo ain't number 2, nothing. There's a whole lot of people disagree with me about Canelo. I love watching Canelo Alvarez fight, man. I don't care if he's a little redhead dude, whatever. That's my dude. Canelo is the superstar boxing, baby. But I ain't like that. See, I don't get like that. Like Canelo Alvarez is one of my favorite fighters, without a doubt. Canelo Alvarez is one of my favorite fighters. But I don't sit and talk about the fact that he makes more money than Deontay Wilder. Yeah. Blood Box said, yeah, I ain't feeling that for 9. He told Blackson Clinic Moore said he cheated himself off the list. Look, man, he's got to get busted twice before I take him off the list, man. You got to get busted twice. Because I don't know if all these cats out here, once, you know, I believe the meat. I don't believe the meat story. It is what it is, dog. I can't lie. He probably did. He stuck his hand in the cookie jar, dog. He stuck his hand in the cookie jar. Whatever the case is, man, you know, a lot of people don't agree with me about Canelo, man. I love watching Canelo fight. RJ say Low ain't number 3. I'll take Spence first. Yeah, you know, Spence is my favorite fighter right now. And I think that he's like, Spence is like a level above a, he's not quite a contender, right? Because he's got a championship. So he's not a contender anymore. He's a champion. But at the same time, he's about 2-3 fights away from getting to the point where he's going to mop everybody. And these guys better hurry up and fight him sooner than later. Look how small he is since he was juicing. I don't know. I can't tell. People keep saying, look how small he is. I don't know whether he's small or not. I got to see him. I got to actually see the dude at a weigh-in. I got to see him. People are talking about how small he is. I keep hearing that, man, but I'm like, I don't see it. You might pop up at a weigh-in and shock you. You know? Word Canelo number 2. Hey, man, I got Canelo in my number 2, homie. But, you know, with an asterisk for the drug cheating, I'll throw for Boxing Clinic and more, I'll throw that asterisk on there and slap him down, you know, just put an asterisk on there. But I don't have Gennady Golovkin anywhere near the top 5. Gennady Golovkin ain't never fought anybody bigger than him. So I don't understand how he can be pound for pound. He's never proved that his skills move up in weight. So how do I know? That's kind of like with Errol Spence. You know I like Errol Spence, but Errol Spence has not moved up in weight. So I don't know. I believe he's the best welterweight and he'll beat everybody at welterweight because that's the realistic thing. But I mean, that's a real thing. But I can't say, you know, that he's moved up to 154, he's moved up to 160. With Canelo, I can say dude moved up in weight. I know he's did some crazy shit. I know. Don't go beat me up. I know he has his issues, man. Okay. He's got his issues. But that's what I'm saying. I think his style moves up in weight well. That's what I think. Okay. Now, Lomachenko, he's moved up in weight. Gennady Golovkin has been fighting guys smaller than him. Similar to when people wanted to say that Sergey Kovalev versus Andre Ward was the battle for pound. I'm like, how can that be? Sergey Kovalev is bigger than Andre Ward. How do you get to battle for pound by beating up a guy that's smaller than you? You know what I mean? That just shit don't make no sense to me. And I don't see how you put somebody actually has Andre Ward. I mean, it has Anthony Joshua in pound for pound. Like how? He's always fight everybody he's fought is smaller than him. He's out weighing the guys he fights by 15, 20 pounds. Why would you put him or any heavyweight on pound for pound? That don't make any sense. He's beating smaller guys. Now, he's nothing wrong with him doing that, but he is. Anthony Klitschko was smaller than him, taller, but smaller. Charles Takam was much smaller, shorter and smaller. Joseph Parker was much shorter and smaller. Alexander Povetkin will be much shorter and smaller. How you put him on pound for pound for fighting littler guys? You know, you can give him, you know, where's Wilder on the pound for pound list? He's not on my pound for pound list. He's not. He's a heavyweight. What's going on, what's going on, Mike Biggs Boxing? He's not. He's a heavyweight. He don't need pound for pound. He whoops them all. That's where he lists on my list. On the number 1 dude nobody wants to get into the ring with in boxing, number 1, Deontay Wilder. That's where I put Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, heavyweights don't need a pound for pound. He don't need a pound for pound, but he did just knock out a dude that outweighed him by 30 pounds, right? So you can't fault them for their size. What's good, Marlon Sims? Yeah, but I can't credit them. I don't have to credit them. I'm not faulting them. I'm just not crediting them. You're beating somebody smaller. How do I know that your size, if you were smaller than you are, that you would beat a guy bigger than you? I don't know. I just don't know. You know what I mean? And he might, but it just hasn't, you haven't shown me that. But who cares with heavyweights? With heavyweights, it's a who cares to that. Who cares? Deontay Wilder will knock the shit out of Vasyl Lomachenko. Okay, let me in my top 3 pound for pound: Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, and Vasyl Lomachenko. Right? None of those guys are going to go 2 rounds with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder will run right off of him and knock him 3 rows back into the crowd. They can't beat him. Same thing, Anthony Joshua. You can give me your top 20 pound for pound. Ain't none of those dudes going to beat him if they're not a heavyweight. You know, it's just he doesn't need that. They don't need it. That's a marketing mechanism for people who are not heavyweights. You know what I mean? At least that's my opinion about it. And I can't put Mikey Garcia up in there because honestly, Mikey Garcia ain't beat nobody. Mikey Garcia's, yeah, the way that he looks, but I don't think Mikey Garcia is beating anybody. Who's Mikey Garcia beating? I can see why people would say that they think because of how he fights that he could be, but who's he fought? I mean, his best win is Andre Burt. His best win is Adrian Bronner at a catchweight. You know, AB, yeah, at a catchweight. AB. Everybody beats AB. AB, always beaten. Always about to lose. I mean, you know, it is what it is, though. But I could be wrong about Mikey. But it is what it is. I just saying, look, man, he just beat a 13-0 kickboxer. You know what I mean? Said Escobar, Andre Ward outboxes Joshua now. Yeah, he could outbox him till he gets caught. That's the thing, till he gets caught. And Anthony Joshua's a big boy. You know, some big body shots from a cat that big. He could fight an entirely different fight against Andre Ward than he would against a heavyweight. Because there ain't nothing coming back that he got to worry about. There ain't nothing. Nah, man. Andre Ward beats AJ every day of the week right off the street, no training camp. Nah. I'm not going for that. Now, I like Andre Ward, but nah, dude. Anthony Joshua doesn't even have to fight his usual fight against a guy like that. A guy that small? Oh my God, I wouldn't. Now, see there, if I said that, I believe that I would be dishonest if I said that. I don't believe it, man. I don't believe it. I think that Andre Ward is clearly the better fighter, like the better skilled fighter, and will, you know, but no, dude. No, because all he's got to do, he'll just bum rush him. I mean, he's so big. But then, you know, if Wilder pulls it out, you know. Whoo, Curtis Anderson, man. What's good, Curtis Anderson? How you feeling, man? Much love in the super chat, man. Glad to have you. I hope you're blessed, man, and you're feeling well and all that good stuff, man. Said, I'm here. Showtime is going to put on a stacked pay-per-view card. Good morning. That's what's up. Good morning to you. I hope so too. I hope that. And if it's a stacked pay-per-view card, I'm buying it. If it's a stacked pay-per-view card, I'm buying it, man. And you know what I'm going to do? Because I do believe in supporting the sport of boxing. Supporting the sport of boxing. And I would definitely buy a Showtime pay-per-view because them mugs have been giving me my value for 2 years. Compared to these other dudes, I'm like, God, dog, they keep putting on fight after fight after fight. Not Roger. We have weight classes for a reason. Remember Jack Johnson versus that middleweight Stanley Ketchel. Yeah, hit him with that boop. Just man. I'm buying a Deontay Wilder pay-per-view. FUAJ. Yeah, I am, without a doubt. R to the zoo. San Cruz and War would be a live underdog against Anthony Jenner. Long shot, but possible upset. Yeah, if he can find a way. If he can find a way not to get hit and not to have him just bear down and mug him, then yeah. But dude, that's a big old boy, man. That's like Jaime. That's like some old Jaime Munguia at 154 type stuff. Oh, Unknown Zero said, love to listen to you for now, but kind of midnight here. I'll watch tomorrow. Man, I appreciate that, man. Shout out to you, man. Who is Romaine? Daniel Romaine is the WBA super bantam, not super bantamweight, but WBA super bantamweight champion. He's the guy that just beat Luis Flores, and he's the guy that now holds the belt that was unjustly stripped from Guillermo Rigondeaux. Basically, he's a fighter that I don't give a shit about because I don't think he deserves the belt he has because he didn't beat the guy who should really have that belt. Sound familiar? Beaumont, he said, Ward too skilled. Yeah, he's very skilled. But he's also a rough guy, man. He's rough. R to the Zoo said, Fanon, your body can be a limitation. That's why AJ trying to slim down to get more slick. Otherwise, he'll be knocked out like Klitschko had done. I don't know, man. See, I don't understand how cats can gain that damn much muscle weight when they're 25 years old. And I hope he's getting rid of it for his health because he got no reason being that big. Got no business being that big. If anything, he should tighten it up, man. But, you know, it is what it is, man. I ain't trying to preach to the dude. I just want to see, you know, whatever, man. Not whatever to you, but just whatever I was thinking. Bomani says skills, Ward too skilled, man. Okay. All right. I'm trying to tell you, man. Bob Foster was super skilled. Super skilled. Got up in that heavyweight, and he wasn't even, he's bigger than Andre Ward, fighting smaller heavyweights. Got up in there, boop. Like, boop. That's a big dude, man. Ms. Boxing Fanatic said, I really feel all of this is gonna blow up in Eddie Hearn's face. I'm with you, Ms. Boxing Fanatic. I think it already has blown up in his face. I think it already has. I just think the damage just isn't showing yet. Man, they killed themselves in the U.S. market, man. They killed their momentum. Killed it. They had momentum with Anthony Joshua. The momentum has stopped in its track. It stopped. He is not going upwards. He's got a ceiling, and that ceiling is called Deontay Wilder perception. And if he's the one that really wants to fight, let him be the one to offer something to Deontay Wilder where Deontay Wilder cannot say no. And here's the thing. This whole A-side, just on this point, that whole A-side thing works the other way too. Okay? It works the other way too. If this was a fight that Anthony Joshua really, really wanted, then he could go out of his way to make sure he gives Deontay Wilder an offer that Deontay Wilder cannot refuse. Something that he's very, very happy with. Something where it feels like where Deontay Wilder feels like, dang, you just gave me everything I wanted. I have to take this fight. But they're not doing that. What they're doing is giving him they're giving him the bare bones minimum with all the advantages on their side and expecting him to and then asking him to accept it. That is somebody that's saying is not very interested in the fight. Paul McCluskey, A-side for life. There's no such thing as A-side for life, friend. Solomon Henry, why does Fanon keep talking about Eddie Hearn? Why? I know the answer to that one. He's in the news, running his mouth. Any more question? Why do I keep talking about them? Because they're in the news running their mouth and I talk about the news. So there you go. That's straight. I actually asked an honest question in this one. I wanted to know the answer. Oh, but you probably came back. Or you somebody else came back? That was not a very good one, man. But I love that you know me so well that you care about why I'm talking. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It makes me feel like a star. Fuck out of here, man. You know why I'm talking about it. Yeah. Thurman and Andre let me down. I used to ride with them heavy. Shake my head. Yeah. Yeah. Likewise, dude. Carl Burrell, aka CB Sports. My man, what's good, man? Bobby Schmurder said, will Munguia beat Liam Smith? I do believe so, but I haven't really looked at Liam Smith. Jaime Munguia, Jaime Munguia, Munguia. That dude remind me of Mongo on the that movie Blazing Saddles. Jaime Munguia, I think he will. Craig Mack said, keep your foot on Eddie Hearn's neck. Smash that like button, fellas. Oh, and that's another reason why I keep talking about it. Subscribers say do it. And that's a key to success on YouTube. If your subscribers express clearly what they want, then you should probably give it to them. Otherwise, they'll go somewhere else. And I like people to come to my channel and talk about all kind of subjects, and they want to know the breakdown of that, that duck artist, Anthony Joshua. So I'll roll with it. You know what I mean? Same reason anybody talks about stuff to people that they want to come talk to them. You'd be amazed how many people don't understand that concept of, hey, man, if you want to have a group of people that you have a regular conversation with, talk about things that they find interesting. You know how many dudes don't even like guys that miss out on women because of that concept? Like, they don't know, like, dude, you should want to talk. If you're trying to get with her, maybe you should talk about things she wants to talk about. You talking about shit she don't care about, dude, she ain't gonna want to talk to you. You know what I mean? Anyway, King Cali, appreciate that, man. My man. Oh, somebody said, what do I think about Robert Easter versus Danny Garcia? I mean, Mikey Garcia, Robert Easter, Mikey Garcia. I think it's going to be a good fight, man. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a lot better. I think it's going to be a lot better fight. Dang, he said, Bobby Schmurda said, bet 3,500 on McGee to win 500. I'm shook. Yeah, oh, yeah. That's a big. I like how you phrase that, man. That makes me know what the odds are. I'm not a gambler. What time is that the zone presser? I don't know. I'll catch it on the news, dog. It's got to be pretty soon. They're 7 hours up. Oh, no, it's in New York. So I don't know. Who cares, man? But I don't know. I know they're not going to, unless they announce that Errol Spence Jr. signed with them. Hey, Hearn and NYC. So Fanon going to make 7 more AJ diss videos this week. Wilder ain't got nothing going on. So why not? Maybe I will. That's a good idea, Wayne. Thanks, Wayne. Yeah, I'll make 7 more Anthony Joshua diss videos. Why not? It's easy to do, man. It's easy to work. I'm telling you, man, making a diss video on him is some of the easiest work that you could possibly have because it's real easy. He gives you the best material. I mean, dude, if I wanted, it's like real hard. Wayne, thanks. And I did want to give you my insight on that. It's real hard to make a Vasily Lomachenko diss video. It's real hard because the dude keeps fighting people that call him out and he keeps moving up in weight and winning belts. It's hard. It's like, damn, the dude got knocked down, got up and knocked the dude out. Hey, man, that showed more heart. So it's tough, but it's real easy. It's like shooting with dissing Anthony Joshua is like shooting fish in a barrel. You know what I mean? It's just right there, dude. You know what I mean? It's like, boop, boop, boop. He said, what did that dude say? He said he's going to freeze Deontay Wilder out if he keeps yapping and he won't let him in the ring and he turned down $50 million. And he got him, and they made him take a picture hanging by his feet, smiling like a Sambo. Dude, it's like classic material, man. It's classic material, man. It's like you can't miss. You can't miss doing it, man. Wayne, it's the easiest diss ever, dude. He said, be fair, Wilder messed up too. I'm not going to say that, man. I don't think, what did he mess up doing? What did he mess up doing? I don't know what he messed up. I'm not even focusing on Wilder. That's the thing too. It's like that one. Come on, man. I'm not even talking about Wilder. I'm not even talking about him. I'm not saying what Wilder should do, what Wilder shouldn't do. I'm just talking about what they did. It's so easy. It doesn't matter who. He did it too. It doesn't even matter. You could put Anthony Joshua's behavior along any fighter in the heavyweight division. You'd be like, what? Look, just change it and say, instead of Deontay Wilder, put in the name Gerald Washington, right? Oh, that hang upside down shit was an insult. I hung him up by his feet, dog. That wasn't an insult. He was hanging by his feet smiling. Next thing, they're going to put him on in a dress. Hey, man, when do you think they're going to put him on the dress? In the dress. What's good, Chowder? excuse me, Mr. Childs, when do you think they're going to put him in a dress? I'm just wondering. How long will it be? Is it be this year or will it be next year? It's coming. You know that, right? And I'm not playing. It's coming. It's coming. They're going to put him in a dress, dog. Watch. Fanon, salute a prime Winky Wright versus today 154-pound division. I got Winky Wright. I got Winky Wright, dog. I got Winky Wright. Only cat I think might give him a good fight is Jermell. But I got Winky Wright, man. Winky Wright does his thing. Winky Wright, one of my favorites, man. Why don't you ask AJ yourself? I don't know him. I don't know him. What are you trying to insinuate, that I wouldn't ask him? No, I wouldn't ask him when he's going to put on a dress. That would be insulting him. I wouldn't do that to him. If I saw Anthony Joshua, I'd be like, oh, okay. And I keep walking. Just like I did Lennox Lewis. See, here's the thing. When you don't have your face on TV, you don't know how many times I've walked by people. No, I wouldn't. Solomon Henry, no, I wouldn't. I would not wear a dress for the money they're paying AJ. And put myself on TV? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. But obviously you would. Okay? I don't understand why you think that I would do that. Why would I emasculate? I'm too old to emasculate myself for no good reason. How much money do you need, man? I'm not broke. I live a good life. He said, hell yeah, well, good for you. When we'll see when he put him on, when they put one on him. He will too, right? Good for you. If that's how you do, that's how you do. Certain people wouldn't do that. Knock yourself out. And if somebody offered me, what are they going to offer him to put a dress on? They're going to give him more. I thought he got paid for fighting. But knock yourself out, dude. I don't know why you think I'd be a cross-dresser for money. Scott Lehman, what state am I from? I'm from. What do you mean? That depends on what state is from. And no, I ain't telling niggas what state I'm from. Yeah. I'm from the Midwest, man. I'm from the Midwest. Wearing dresses is a no-no. And man, if they pay him enough, that's, hey, cool. Knock yourself out, man. Put the dress on. Put the dress on. But you know they're going to put him in that dress. I'm just saying. They're going to put him in that dress. They're going to put him in that dress. And y'all going to defend it when they put him in that dress. But understand, they're going to put him in that dress. And they give him a nice little bit of money. They already giving him a nice amount of money. It's not going to be more money. It's going to be, look, man, just put it on. It's going to be funny. You know, just be funny. It just be funny. Put that dress on, a nice little wig, be funny. You know? Yeah, I'm from Watford, dog. That's where I'm from. Man, I'm from Illinois. I'm from the state of Illinois. Alert, Eddie. Entertainment dudes wear dresses all the time, especially black dudes in Hollywood. Shit, yeah, because that's that's what they do. But that's just, hey, man. You know, there's some people say, hey, man, they do anything for money. So it is what it is. Wonky will get all the straps today. Who's Wonky? Okay, Craig Mack. You're gonna try to spice it up. Oh, you're gonna try to spice it up and put him in a kilt. Oh, yeah. I'm just kind of joking about that, but I'm serious at the same time. That's what's gonna happen when they get all that, NBA players. They did that to NBA players. Put them in them dresses. It's the humor, right? It's funny. And to them, I'm sure it wouldn't make a difference to them, $20 million to wear a dress, for how long? They're not going to pay him $20 million to wear a dress, Miko. That's the thing. They're not paying anybody $20 million to wear a dress. They're paying him $20 million to fight. They're going to ask him to wear a dress. Don't nobody get $20 million. They never paid anybody $20 million to wear a dress. Except for maybe Martin Lawrence. I think maybe Martin Lawrence got paid $20 million specifically to wear a dress. But the rest of these cats are just put there. It's just one-offs. Just one-offs. That's it. And more than likely, if you can get paid $20 million to wear a dress, you already got a lot of money. You know? Woolbag said AJ would wear a dress for $5 million, but won't fight Wilder for $50 million. AJ's not gonna get paid. See, that's the thing. They're not gonna get paid that much to wear a dress, specifically to wear a dress. Anyway, man, let's drop the dress subject, man. When he asked for $50 million, then didn't take it, that was the real dress. Yeah, Akabin, you got that right. When they snatched that money out of his hand. Anyway, man, AJ will be the first to wear high heel Everlast boot. I ain't gonna read the rest of that, Pito. Pito, that's funny, man. But he's a public figure. That's not shaming. Anyway, it is what it is, man. Look. Oh man. You now look here. Now stop this. Why you all obsessed with AJ? Who's obsessed with AJ? It's a boxing talk, dude. It's a boxing talk, man. Why are you guys obsessed with AJ? Now, if I was sitting there telling you that he was the greatest boxer ever, right? Which people don't say, they got sense. You know, then I wouldn't be obsessed with him. I'm only obsessed with him if I criticize him. But it is what it is. Well, not only, I guess I could be. But maybe I am. I don't know, whatever. I'm obsessed with boxing, so, you know, he's a boxer. I really talk about boxing, in which he's a part of. That's just what it is. What's going on, Mr. Boxing, today? What time is it? Okay, time's going. I don't know if these cats are coming on today. I gotta hit my thing. Let me know if 78 Sports TV is going on today. It's 8:30. We're obsessed with boxing and supposedly champions who blatantly duck other champions. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fair conversation. It's boxing. It's the heavyweight championship. It's the biggest thing in boxing. If you like boxing, you know, the heavyweight division is the heavyweight champion is the biggest thing in boxing. I'm a traditionalist in that respect. I believe that the heavyweight champion of the world is the king of boxing, and rightfully put in his place, the heavyweight champion of the world should be the king of sports. That's what I believe. I think that's the right place for them to be. Oh, no, I want to read this. Solomon Henry, you need to make an AJ appreciation video. That's the only reason you and your goofy ass videos get any view. All you LDB suckers, Wilder, Finkel, etc. need to thank. You know what? Actually, that's a good point, man. But actually, I don't really get a lot of views for Anthony Joshua videos compared. The biggest video I ever got, have ever done, was really Gervonta Davis videos. I did a Gervonta Davis video, I think got 200,000 views. And then I think Floyd Mayweather Sr. went to jail. That did like 200,000 views. So not really. Actually, it's kind of like a dead and dying subject, to tell you the truth. 5,000, 6,000 views. It's not big. It's a small channel, man. You know? But thanks for your advice. Thanks for your advice. I want to thank you, Anthony Joshua. Thank you. This is how I would do it, too. Thanks, Anthony. I really appreciate that, because without your cowardice and blatant ducking, you know, I would not have, you know, the opportunity to make videos that would bring so many people together in shock and amazement at your disgraceful, disrespectful, and cowardice behavior. Sometimes we need tragedy to bring us together, like a monsoon of ducking, like a tornado of chicken shit. Everybody, it's so hard to look away from you that it brings all eyes in our community together in shame for the way that the heavyweight championship of the world has fallen into ill repute at the hands of a ducking, lying coward like yourself. Thank you, Anthony, because if we did not have you, Anthony, as that example, that paradigm of what not to be as a heavyweight champion, we would not truly be able to appreciate the greats that came before you. Anthony Joshua makes me appreciate Vladimir Klitschko. Thank you, Vlad. Thank you, Anthony Joshua. I appreciate it. Thank you for showing me that Vladimir Klitschko's reign was a lot better than I thought it was at the time. Because I thought that It made the fight dull because no one could beat him and he couldn't fight his brother. But he did fight everybody that had a chance to beat him. And some people he fought twice. I appreciate Vladimir Klitschko even more because we now have someone worse than him. Thank you for making me appreciate Michael Dokes, appreciate Greg Page, appreciate even more Floyd Patterson. Floyd Patterson, who fought Sonny Liston and hadn't even have any business to do, knew he couldn't win, had the whole boxing establishment telling him not to do it, but still he believed that in order that his honor was on the line as the heavyweight champion of the world, and that Sonny Liston deserved that fight, and if he won, he would be a good championship. And we got to see that happen because of Floyd Patterson, and I got to see it, and I got to appreciate it more because of the way that Anthony Joshua was behaving. Thanks. That's my appreciation video, right? And I don't even need to do it. I just did it. Thanks for the idea. Fanan, what do you think about Pac-Man versus Bronner? I don't think it's going to happen, and I think Manny Pacquiao busts him up. Easy money, like real easy money. easy money. Fito Prescobar said, thank you, Anthony Joshua, for showing us Americans exactly what we do not want in our heavyweight champion. Thank you. Sincerely, a concerned boxing fans. Exactly. Come on, dude. Don't set yourself up, homie. We got lines, dog. Oh, Mr. Boxing Today said Patterson versus Johansson trilogy, very underrated. I'm in the process of making video about those 3 fights. That's what's up. And Mr. Boxing Today be on it, man. If y'all want to talk about heavyweights, please subscribe to Mr. Boxing Today too. That cat puts out the real videos, man, that really do talk about what's important in the, for boxing. Because the history is just as much, the past fighters are just as important as the modern day fighters or the current fighters, and they really do give you an appreciation for what's going on now. Smash that like button, Messiah. What do you think about Pac-Man versus Tank at a catch weight? There's no catch weight that could make that work, I don't think, because there's so much space in between him. He's down there 130. That's like, what's it, 130, 135, 140. There's 2 full weight classes between them. So they're 4 weight classes away? How you say that? 4, like 4 weight classes away? I would love to see that fight, but I think the size difference is too big, man. AJ is a paper champ, and that's not an insult. He is a paper champ. Those aren't his belts. Those are Tyson Fury's belts. Whether or not he kissed the cruiserweight or not, those are his belts. It is what it is. One Way Renzo, just sub Mr. Boxing Today too. Please do subscribe to Mr. Boxing Today too. That's some classy work he does, man. And see his work that he does over on that page. That's the work you can go to and you can watch those videos anytime. Anytime. It could be a year from now. You can still watch his videos. You can still watch his videos a year from now. Like, the weakness of the format that I use is that, after a couple of weeks, the video, it's not really worth anything because it's just talking about current news. But his videos, Blood Boxing Returns videos, really has substance, and you can go back and watch his stuff. You can watch his stuff and learn, and you don't have to just watch him today. You can go back into his catalog and watch his stuff. So salute to my man, Mr. Boxing Today too, and Blood Boxing. Blood Boxing, same way, man. You'll be able to watch heavyweight series that he's doing. Be able to watch that too. You'll be able to watch that 30 years from now. It just has a lot of substance to it. Said, bro, you in your bag today at Fanon. What's in the bag, man? I don't know what that means. I'm old and not good on, the lingo. What does that mean? Your channel is a great refresher. I appreciate that, man. Oh, Pacquiao is calling on Mayweather now. That's the fight he really wants. And it makes sense. I would want it too. Why not? Run it back. Why not run it back, man? I'll take an old man league. I love the big 3. I get to see my man Mahmoud lighting fools up. That's like, man, dude, that's better than an NBA game to me. Sometimes, but if you have 2 fighters that are both, around the same level still, it can still be a good fight. Still be a good fight. And Floyd is still going to beat him because Floyd is still very fundamentally sound. He doesn't just rely on athleticism. But I did think Manny Pacquiao looked better in his last fight. Mr. Bostonez, appreciate that, bro. Hey, man, the truth is the truth, friend. The truth is the truth. I'm telling you straight. I'm telling you straight. I ain't blowing smoke, sir. Gerald McCarter said, Fanon, you've made a great point today in how we should thank other fighters for not treating the heavyweight championship like he's doing. Salute. Hey, man, my appreciation. That's what it is for me. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace the way that they're behaving. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about fighting. It's an agreement between two people. It's an agreement between the fight fan and the fighters themselves. And all those other middlemen and how much they get paid, that's not my interest, man. My interest is I'm going to pay for the fight. I am paying for the fight. Believe it or not, I paid for every fight Anthony Joshua's had because they've all been on Showtime and I've been a subscriber the whole time. I'm already paying for his fights. I'm not paying for the zone, which is why I'm not getting the zone. And this whole conversation about how much money they make is really just how much do they want to pull out of boxing fans for the fight. That's not a good thing for us. I mean, as consumers, you want to get more for less. You don't want to get less for more. And that's what the argument that a lot of these people are making. It's like, look, what do you mean? Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder's never exploited us. Man, come on, man. Who is he? Why has he never been in a position to exploit us? It sounds moronic if you think about it from the perspective of being a consumer of boxing, right? You would never say that about, like, let me compare Sprint and AT&T, two phone companies or two telecommunications companies. It's like, hold on, I don't want Sprint. I mean, Sprint charges me for the same amount for just as good a coverage. They're going to charge me half as much. What's wrong with them? I mean, God dog. I mean, Sprint charges me twice as much as they do, and they get much more money. I'm going with Sprint because they exploit me much better. Come on. It's the same argument. What do I care how many people pack into nosebleed seats to watch Anthony Joshua? That's not that doesn't give me any value. Actually, if you're in that place, it takes away your value. Because if Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder was just a fight that was in a park, you could stand right there and watch it. So it's like, it's just the whole logic of it to me is like, it's backwards. Freeman 760 said, Fanon, what's your thoughts on Pac-Man wanting his WBO back? But I think he doesn't want Bud's smoke. Maybe the Garcia Porter winner, or just go out with Mayweather too. I mean, I did a video on that yesterday, man. I think that it's for him. I mean, he's got a bunch of different. All his routes are hard. All his routes are hard because the WBO is going to suck him into another contract with Bob Arum, right? Vasyl Lomachenko doesn't want to fight him, so that's not. I don't even think that's an option because Vasyl Lomachenko is, he's saying, "Nah, dog, I'm not messing with it. I'm not." He has to come down. He has to do what Manny Pacquiao did to Oscar De La Hoya and make Oscar De La Hoya drain a bunch of weight to fight him. Now, people talk about Manny Pacquiao having started at 105, but Manny Pacquiao ain't making 135 pounds. If he had to make 135 pounds, man, that might drain him. So why? So that's not going to happen or shouldn't happen. What's going on? How runs boxing? He said, I don't care who earns sign. I'm not supporting him. No, I'm not supporting that nonsense, man. I agreed. So then Terrence Crawford is a good option for him because if he can beat Terrence Crawford, hey man, he's already in the Hall of Fame. But dang dog, that's a shocker. You know what I mean? He's got a chance to shock the world on that one, but he ain't shocking the world, homie. Yeah, he ain't. Oh, Pito Frescobar said Pacquiao drained Cotto too. Here's the thing, Pito. Manny Pacquiao didn't drain him. Bob Arum drained him. Bob Arum negotiated that deal. Bob Arum knows how to drain somebody when he wants his fighter to knock you off. And that's the problem you have fighting on Bob Arum's card. Bob Arum's going to try to knock him off. That's without a doubt. If he does anything with Bob Arum, they're going to try to knock him off. I suspect they knocked him off with Jeff Hearn. Manny Pacquiao got his own fight, and then he looked good in the first, got rid of Freddie Roach, got rid of Bob Arum, didn't promote it, and he had a great performance. I don't know what the numbers are on it, whatever, but it is what it is. Yeah, I was at Marshall Simmons. Yeah, I was impressed with him. He looked good, but I was more impressed with the fact that he was patient and slow. He was slower. He wasn't jumping up and down. He wasn't doing a lot of that stuff. He fought a smart fight. So, I was impressed. But anyway, man, I just think I think that's a tough road with Bob Arum because Bob Arum's going to try to get him beat. And he'll probably want him beat. He's either going to try to drain him for Lomachenko. That's not a reason. If I was Manny Pacquiao, I'd be like, no, thank you. And Terrence Crawford is like, man, that's a tough fight. And then I don't think it's a fight he can win. And he might wind up just getting beat up real bad, and that's not a good look. But I think the smartest thing for him is to fight somebody like a Danny Garcia or a Sean Porter, because I think he could still beat Sean Porter. I think he's got a good chance to beat Danny Garcia. He can beat either one of those guys. He fights with the PBC and tries to set that up as a fight for Mayweather. Maybe the Mayweather will let him have a taste. I don't know, man. Do you think he dominated Manny, James? I don't know. That's not me. Oh, Dr. Mellow Fellow, man, you got to stop, dude. Dude. Man, Miss Dr. Mellow Fellow. You a wild boy, man, but I'll leave it alone. Mr. Boston Day, same here. Listening to this live stream while watching. Okay. Hard Road to Glory, Mike Tyson and Pinklin Thomas, full HBO telecast. Lennox and Bruno queued up next. Boy, Mr. Bison today is a damn historian. You love the Bison, man. I need to watch some fights myself, man. He said, dude, I like you too. Respect. Respect, Mr. Dr. Mellow Fellow. Respect, man. You cool dude, man. Sometimes I got to remember like who it is I'm going back and forth with and how the conversation ended. You a good dude, Dr. Mellow Fellow. I don't agree with you, but you're a good fellow. You a good fellow, Mellow. You're a good fellow, Mellow Fellow. James Souza said, Floyd dominated Pacquiao. Wasn't hard to see people who watch boxing for a long time. James Souza, yeah, he beat him. He beat him. I didn't think there was a question about whether he won that fight or not. He was just kind of made it easy work. And Pac has some moments, but there's nothing Pacquiao could do. He said, you still got ESPN Plus for $9? The library is deep. Yeah, I do. Because of Tiger Woods. I always got to put that caveat on there. Because of Tiger Woods. You know what I'm going to do, though? I think I might do something to that. Since I got some on my computer, I think I might do some things with that. Facts for $9. He used that 5-inch reach advantage. Yeah, that's just how I saw it. It's like it wasn't an exciting fight because Floyd just beat him. And I think that's the frustrating thing. Mr. Dr. Mellowfeld said they need to fight again. It was close. It wasn't a domination. It wasn't he didn't like beat the brakes off of him. It's just that he beat him real. It's like he made the fight. All right, here you go. And this is a big exaggeration, but all right, say you just got in the ring with somebody, or you're playing basketball with somebody, you're playing one-on-one, right? You're playing to 21, right? And a guy, sometimes he's just shooting threes. He might miss a three or whatever. But every time you score, he just says and it's his turn. He just like, if he needs a bucket, he just walks down to the rim, turns his back to you and does a little layup, right? And you can't stop that. So the question is, whether he's going to beat you by 20, or whether he's going to beat you by 1 or 2. But you can't really do anything with him because anytime he wants to do something, he can do it. That's, to me, what Floyd looked like. To me, it looked like he just made it so that Manny couldn't do anything he wanted to do. And Mayweather could just land a few punches here and there whenever he wanted to, and he could just win the round. And he did enough to win the round, and he did enough to win the round convincingly, but not enough to ever put himself at risk. So it always looked like it's like an optical illusion. It looked like Manny Pacquiao was in the fight because Floyd would put his foot on the gas and then he would take his foot off the gas. He would put his foot on the gas. He would take his foot off the gas. But at any point in time, Floyd could have just shut him out completely. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the fight, I could see why people would think the fight was close. But really, Manny never had a chance. You know what I mean? It was a fight that could have been scored closely, but he never really had a chance. Because at any point, because Floyd could have just won every round easy. He never had the ability to beat him. He just had the ability to keep the match, to keep it kind of close. And Jay said Floyd got them long arms. He used that 5-inch reach with a lot of ring IQ. I remember round 2, Floyd had Manny literally diving. Yeah, it was just easy. It was just like he just didn't. Manny Pacquiao never had the ability to do anything. So Floyd just did enough to win and get out with his win. Because the one thing that he did do that Manny Pacquiao could do is if he caught you, he could hurt you. So he just made sure he never gave him that chance. And Manny was doing a good job because Manny always was hesitant because of that straight right hand. Because I was like, going into that fight, I was like, Manny is going to get hit with that straight right hand. He's a sucker for that straight right hand. And Floyd threw bombs with that straight right hand. In the first several rounds, he was throwing bombs. And Manny Pacquiao saw them bombs coming. So he was like, oh, no. And he stayed tentative, which really kept him from throwing his left hand as much as he wanted. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with Oscar De La Hoya's jab. Oscar De La Hoya was trying to throw that jab. He's throwing a jab, but then he got caught. Floyd started timing it. And once he started timing it, De La Hoya was like, oh, I can't throw this anymore because I'm getting timed. So he went away from it. And then when he went away from it, his plan B wasn't good enough to do anything. That's how those fights played out, man. Floyd was just he's a lot better fighter, man. He's a lot better fighter than Manny is. Manny has turned every single fight he ever faced into a counterpuncher. Yeah, and he got knocked out by a counterpunch. It could be. Floyd, he didn't turn Floyd into a counterpuncher. Floyd's always been a counterpuncher. And and if you sleep, he'll take the lead. We talking about Manny Pacquiao is an all-time great. He's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. I'm not saying he's not a great fighter, but he wasn't going to beat Floyd. He didn't beat Floyd in that fight. And he never was going to beat him. Okay? It's just not the way that I see it, Probably so. Oh, yeah, probably for some commercial. Yeah, he'll go cheap with the dress. I'll make him laugh. It's funny. They'll sucker him into the dress, dude. Because the dress really is to make him, make people feel comfortable with them. You know what I mean? That's what it is. That's what it's about. It's making the crowd that you want to cross over more comfortable with you. That's the sell. That's the sell. Oh, it'll just be funny. Oh, we'll put him in a dress, show his feminine side. So, people won't be so intimidated by him. And then, they'll think, that's the sales pitch. That's the reason they put him in the dress. Just, he's this big bag brute, but he's really not that bad of a guy. We can sell our product with him in a dress because it'll soften him up. That's all that is. I mean, I think that's what that is. I won't say that's all that is. That's what I think that is. But if you do that, you're playing that game. And if you choose to play the game, you ain't knock yourself out, man. Oh, Slip the Jab is doing something. Well, why won't Floyd fight him again? Floyd retired before. Pacquiao wanted to see it. People want to see it. If Floyd thinks he's so much better like you do, why not come out? Dude, why was he? Floyd Mayweather's a 40-year-old fighter, man, that's earned $1 billion in a boxing ring. Can he retire? Why can't he retire? You don't think Floyd Mayweather's done enough to deserve to retire? That's why. I would suspect. You got to ask him. But he's done enough to retire, wouldn't you say? I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. He still got his health. Do you see what his uncle going through? You know, Floyd been in the ring a long time, man. It ain't like he ain't got punched in the head before. So you've made it. Why take more punches? And he just made $300 million on an exhibition match. Yeah, this is what it is, man. They keep bringing his name up. Hey, man, they're going to always bring his name up till he's been retired for 10 years. Then it's like, hey, you know, he got a gut. He's on there. He's not going to come back. And then, you know, Floyd comes back. What's he going to fight? Besides Manny, he going to fight Spence? No, he don't want that. He'll make a star out of Spence. That's for damn sure. Many disciplines come out of many disciples come out of the woodwork. I don't know what that means. Oh, you guys having a good conversation up in here, man. See, like there's debate going on in here. There's a debate going on in here. People aren't throwing you out because you're debating. If Keith Thurman signs with Eddie, I believe it's a clear duck knowing Eddie has a new network that could have issues making the Spence fight. I'm not sure, man. That would be interesting. I don't know if he would do that. If he gets announced as it, yeah, it's like, it's tough. That's a bad PR move signing over there. But hey, man, you know, to each his own. I'm not supporting it, though. You know what I mean? Oh, you guys going back and forth on this. Look, man, I got to roll in a second, though. I've been on here about an hour and a half. I know somebody wants to get on here and do their live streams. Oh, Fanon, could I post my social media on here? I don't want to speak. Yeah, throw it up there. Absolutely. I'll read it. Yeah, y'all check out my man Marlon Sims. Marlon Sims is a professional boxer. He's trying to get his, you know, he's getting his name out there, man. He's got, you know, he's early in his career, putting in that hard work. We need to support him. Exactly. Cam Newton. So a bunch of people in dresses, man. But it is what it is. I can't even see any Al Heyman affiliated fighters would ever. Yeah, it's tough. To help develop Floyd Jr.'s boxing brain. Yeah. Oh, is he gonna do that? He's gonna do the body issue. Oh man, I do not watch that body. I do not look at that body issue. Are the arts of the zoo, because it's selective. Like I would have to look at it selectively, and it's too hard. You got to pass too many naked dudes. Underground Asylum said, would Regis versus Manny be a good match? Yeah, that'd be a great fight. That would be a great fight. Great fight. I would love to see it. I want to see Regis versus Terrence Crawford. So Floyd is that much better than the best two fighters of our era? Who is that? You must not be talking to me. But of his era, yeah, he's that much better than the best two fighters of his era, without a doubt. He's that much better. Whatever that much better is, he's that much better. He ain't, but is he better than the ones right now? No, he's not. he ain't. He's better leave Terrence Crawford alone, and he better leave Bernard Hopkins is better. No, I don't think so. I don't think Bernard Hopkins is better than Floyd. I don't even know if that's really the same era as Floyd. Bernard Hopkins is at least 12 years older than Floyd. I think he's 10 years older than Floyd. That's more the Roy Jones Jr. time frame. Bernard was just so good that he could continue to fight for a longer period of time. But his peak was more of a James Tony Roy Jones Jr. type time. Like I don't put Floyd and Roy Jones in the same time frame. I know they fought at the same time frame, but you know, there's enough of an age difference between the two of them where, you know, they're not they were fighting at the same time, but they're not really contemporaries. You know, it's kind of like I don't put a prime Ali in the same time frame as Larry Holmes, even though Larry Holmes turned pro in 1973 and Ali didn't retire in 1980. Their primes are at least 10 years off from one another. You know what I mean? Hopkins is a 60s cat. Yeah, he's born in the 60s for sure. Junior Tooth, bro, we already waited too long for Floyd Pacquiao, and that was overdone. Why would we want to see that now? I would watch it, though. I ain't gonna lie. All right, man. So look, man, I think it is time for me to roll out. 78 Sports TV will be going on now at 9 o'clock. So, hey, y'all enjoy. You got 165 people in the building. Please, I will be going to the chat for 78 Sports TV and Black Fight Fan TV. So please transition on over there. Yeah, dude was tripping, man. He ain't gonna get that. So anyway, man, I got it. Go on and check over Black Fight Fan TV's channel with 78 Sports TV. They're going on now. And with that, I'm out. Peace.